Hello, my wonderful, amazing artists. It's me, Miss Abby, your art teacher. And today I'm going to show you how to make a stamp for painting out of cardboard. And for this project, we need some scissors, some pieces of cardboard. Like I got it from the recycling bin. I ordered some sneakers and they came in this box. And I decided to reuse the box to make some art. And we need that. So we need a bit of cardboard, probably from the recycling bin, a pair of scissors, and some glue. I'm going to try, we can use something like this, or I'm going to try this and see if it works, because I love my glue sticks. They're pretty easy to use, right? And because we're using paint, let's roll up our sleeves or cover our clothes and protect them with a smock or an old shirt. Maybe you have a painting shirt. One is to cut out a rectangle. I already did that, and you might need help from a grown-up for this. It's kind of hard to cut this kind of cardboard because look, it's 3 layers. That's different than the 1 layer kind, right? And then cut out some pieces. I'm doing something abstract. Keep it simple. And I want to show you something about cutting cardboard. You know how it has the zigzags? It is harder. It takes more pressure to cut across the zigzags. Like this. I really have to cut. Woo! My hand's a little tired. But watch when I cut. See the zigzags across this way. You might even be able to feel lines with your finger. That's much easier. And I'm just going to cut out some long, skinny rectangles into a shape that is interesting. Okay, so now I have my base, and I have some shapes. And I'm going to use these like lines. I'm going to make mine kind of like a leaf or a feather with one line going down the middle, and then a few lines branching off. Now, it's important that we just have 1 layer. Now, if you wanted to make a cardboard sculpture, gluing layers and layers on top would be pretty cool. But for this, I want it to just be 1 layer so that when I dip it in the paint, it'll pick everything up. And I'm going to use my glue stick, and we got to use the 10 seconds. I might even use 20 seconds, where we hold it down for 20 seconds. To apply pressure and make sure we have a nice strong glue connection. Here's what I got so far. This is my stamp, and I was thinking abstract, but it ended up looking kind of like a tree, huh? And so now I think I want to let this dry for like some time. So I'm going to take a snack break. And maybe you let it dry for like maybe an hour. That way this glue is fully dry and nothing's wiggling or woggling around. And then it'll be ready for the dry. It passes the upside down shake test. And what I've learned is that glue stick is pretty good, but I think that glue bottle probably works a little tiny bit better, but this you can still do. You just have to wait a longer time to let it dry. So we got this, and now we got our paint, and I'm gonna roll up my sleeves because now it's time to get messy. Now this project, it's gonna get a little wild and messy. At least that's what I want to do. I'm gonna put my painting like a landscape. And I'm gonna mix, I think I'm gonna start with a couple different colors. I have my magazine from the recycling bin, and I'm gonna squirt some paint. And I'm gonna take a paintbrush and just spread it out a little bit. I'm going to take a paintbrush and spread it out a little bit because we need to cover that whole surface. And now with a paintbrush, you're making marks like this. We're swirling, we're dragging the paint across the surface. A stamp, you're going up, down, up, down. So here we go. We're going to plop it in. We're going to plop it in. I'd recommend doing this over a table. We're going to plop it in. And this is a pretty messy project, and that's okay. Part of the beauty of stamping or printmaking is that it's going to come out different every time. So we got up, down, up, down, up, down. And I want this to look like, I don't know, like a pile of leaves. So if you're more of a perfectionist, you could take a paintbrush and paint it on like this. I'm covering just the leafy part. If you're more of a perfectionist, you can give that a try and see how it works. I would recommend trying this on a bunch of papers and seeing how it goes. Next, I'm going to add some pink to the yellow and get a different color layer. And figure it out. And your first time stamping, it might get a little weird. Might be a little experimental, trying something new, and that is part of the fun. And if this doesn't turn out quite the way you had hoped, you can always use it as a background for something else. Like, I might cut an animal out that I think would live in this kind of pink forest environment. And that would be awesome. Ooh, look. Ready? Oh, I'm getting excited. So you can use a stamp that you cut out, or you can also use something like this from the recycling bin. See? What shape do you think this is going to make when I stamp it down? Is it a circle? Oh, yeah. And then you can also bend it a little bit. And make a little heart. And then stamp that in. Oh my goodness. This would be a fabulous gift for like Mother's Day or Father's Day. Or, I don't know, any day really. See? See, isn't that cute? And this I was going to throw away. Same thing with this bit of cardboard, and I made an amazing artwork out of it. Isn't that fun? I would love to see you give this a try. Play around, experiment with stamping using tools that are different than your regular old everyday paintbrush, you know? Spice it up. Maybe you don't have a paintbrush, or maybe they're all dirty and crusty. Give it a try. Try choosing tools like cardboard and other tools to stamp and create something completely different. Like, look, I have this paint-coated piece of cardboard, and it's even making a line. Give it a try. I would love to see you try creating stamps, using different tools to paint with. I think this is so fun. I love these circles. Bye. Have fun making art.